Imagine you are one of the most famous people on the planet. You have millions of followers, a mansion with 16 bathrooms, and a personal chef who knows exactly how you like your organic kale smoothies. Then the flashing lights of the paparazzi are replaced by the harsh, flickering fluorescent tubes of a processing center. Oversized jumpsuit that smells like industrial detergent and broken dreams. But here is the question that keeps us all up at night wondering about the dark side of fame. Does that celebrity status act as a golden shield or a giant neon bullseye once the prison gates lock shut? We are peeling back the curtain on the surreal, often terrifying, and deeply secretive world of how former celebrities are actually treated behind bars. From Hollywood actors to chart-topping rappers and disgraced titans of industry, the reality of their new life is a far cry from the glossy magazines. And it involves a social hierarchy that you wouldn't believe. When a high-profile figure enters the correctional system, the administration enters a state of absolute panic. They aren't worried about the celebrity's comfort. They are worried about the liability. In the world of corrections, a celebrity is a high-visibility inmate. This means that if so much as a hair on their head is out of place, it could lead to a massive lawsuit, a media firestorm, or a congressional inquiry. Because of this, the first thing that happens to a celebrity is often the most ironic to protect them. They are thrown into solitary confinement, or administrative segregation, often called ADSEG. Imagine being a person who thrives on the adoration of millions, and suddenly you are in a 6 by 9 foot box for 23 hours a day. This protective treatment is often described by former famous inmates as a form of psychological torture. They aren't being punitively segregated, they are being safely tucked away, so the warden doesn't have a PR nightmare on their hands. But let's talk about what happens when the celebrity eventually hits the general population or GP. This is where the real social dynamics begin. Within the first 5 minutes of walking onto the yard, a celebrity becomes the most valuable commodity in the facility. Why? Because in prison, information and connections are power. A regular inmate might be looking at a celebrity and thinking of one thing: how can I use this person to help my family outside or get me a movie deal when I get out? This leads to a phenomenon known as the entourage effect. Just like in Hollywood, celebrities in prison often find themselves surrounded by a group of supporters who offer protection and help with daily chores. But unlike Hollywood, this entourage doesn't want a selfie. They want commissary, legal help, or outside favors. The treatment of the celebrity becomes a constant negotiation. They are essentially paying fame tax every single day just to have a peaceful walk to the chow hall. However, there is another side to the inmate reaction. A celebrity is a trophy. In the hyper-masculine and often aggressive environment of a high-security prison, taking down a famous person is a quick way to gain legendary status. If a low-level brawler can say they checked a famous rapper or a Hollywood tough guy, their street cred goes through the roof. This puts celebrities in a state of constant, high-alert anxiety. Every interaction, every accidental shoulder bump in the hallway could be a test. Most celebrities learn very quickly to adopt a gray man persona. They keep their heads down, they avoid eye contact, and they try to act as uninteresting as humanly possible. The goal isn't to be the star of the yard, it's to be the ghost of the yard. What about the guards? This is where the treatment gets truly bizarre. Corrections officers are human beings who watch movies, listen to music, and follow the news. Some guards are starstruck. They might ask for an autograph for their kids or extra time on the phone in exchange for a story about a famous co-star. This creates a dangerous favors dynamic. If a celebrity accepts a favor from a guard, they are now indebted to that guard. Conversely, if other inmates see a celebrity getting special treatment from the staff, that celebrity is immediately labeled a snitch or a teacher's pet. This label is a death sentence for any kind of social peace. Many former famous inmates have reported that they actually had to be extra tough or extra rude to the guards just to prove to the other inmates that they weren't in league with the administration. It's a delicate balancing act that requires the acting skills of an Oscar winner. The physical environment of the prison also treats celebrities differently based on where they are sent. You've probably heard of Club Fed, the minimum security camps where white-collar criminals go. In these places, the celebrity treatment is more like a high-stress country club. They might be raking leaves next to a former governor or a famous CEO. In these environments, the social friction is lower because most people there have something to lose. But when a celebrity is sent to a state-run maximum security facility for a violent crime, the treatment is visceral. There is no club fed for a rapper involved in a shooting. They are in the trenches with people who have nothing to lose and a lot to gain by making the celebrity's life difficult. Let's look at the commissary economy for a celebrity. Most famous inmates have deep books, meaning their accounts are constantly maxed out by their management teams or families. In prison, having a full commissary box is like being a billionaire. A celebrity can buy the best sneakers, the most snacks, and the highest quality toiletries. But displaying this wealth is like draped yourself in gold in a den of thieves. Most celebrities use their commissary wealth strategically. They don't eat the premium tuna alone, they share it. They become the bank for their unit. By loaning or gifting items to influential inmates, they buy a layer of security that the guards can't provide. This is a form of wealth management that is literally about life and limb. One of the most profound psychological shifts for a celebrity is the loss of image. They have teams of publicists, makeup artists, and lighting experts to make sure they always look perfect. In prison, you look like everyone else. You are aging in real time without the help of high-end dermatologists. For many celebrities, the hardest part of being treated like a prisoner is looking in the mirror and seeing a regular person. Other inmates often take a cruel pleasure in pointedly noticing this decline. They might make comments about how you don't look like your posters anymore. This ego shredding is a core part of the prison experience, and for those whose entire identity is based on their appearance, it can be devastating. The legal shield is another major factor. Celebrities have the best attorneys money can buy, and these lawyers aren't just working on their appeals. They are constantly monitoring the conditions of the celebrity's confinement. If a celebrity is being mistreated by a guard, a letter from a high-powered law firm arrives at the warden's desk within 24 hours. This means that in some ways, celebrities are treated with kid gloves compared to the average inmate. The staff doesn't want the headache of a civil rights lawsuit coming from a legal team that has a multi-million-dollar budget. This creates a silent resentment among the staff. They might follow the rules to the letter, but they will do so with a coldness and a lack of empathy that is palpable. There is also the fame as a weapon aspect. Occasionally, a celebrity will try to use their fame to boss people around. This is almost always a catastrophic mistake. Stories abound of newly arrived celebrities who tried to tell an inmate to "Do you know who I am?" only to be met with a swift reality check. The Yard is a meritocracy based on current actions, not past achievements. The person who is a king in Hollywood is a pawn on the Yard until they prove their character. Respect isn't given to celebrities. It is earned through humility and staying in one's lane. Health and medical care are where the celebrity status can be a lifesaver. Because of the aforementioned legal pressure, celebrities often get faster access to medical facilities. If a famous actor has a chest pain, the prison isn't going to risk them having a major medical event on their watch. They will be in an infirmary or an outside hospital faster than you can say lawsuit. While the average inmate might have to wait weeks for a basic checkup, a celebrity's health is managed with a level of urgency that highlights the deep inequality of the system. This differential diagnosis is one of the most controversial aspects of how the famous are treated. Let's discuss the visiting room dynamic. When a celebrity has a visitor, it's not just a private moment, it's an event for the whole prison. The other inmates are watching to see who comes to visit. If another famous person shows up, the energy in the room shifts. For a brief moment, the prison walls feel thinner. The guards have to be on high alert for contraband or for other inmates trying to pass messages to the famous visitor. Celebs often find that their social life is more restricted because the administration wants to limit these high-profile interactions. They might be forced to have non-contact visits behind glass, even if their security level doesn't require it, simply because the crowd control of a famous visitor is too much for the staff to handle. How do celebrities spend their time? Many turn to education or reforming their image. They know that every action they take is being recorded in their institutional file and will eventually be leaked to the press or used in their parole hearing. They become model prisoners on paper. They take all the classes. They join the choir and they work in the library. This isn't just about becoming a better person. It's about the narrative. The celebrity treatment involves a constant awareness of their post-prison career. They are essentially filming a documentary of their own redemption in their minds, hoping the public will buy it when they are finally released. The insider information factor is also a huge part of their social standing. Inmates are obsessed with the outside world, And celebrities are a direct link to it. They want to hear about the parties, the wealth, and the secret lives of other famous people. A celebrity can buy a lot of goodwill by essentially being a storyteller, by sharing anecdotes about famous co-stars or backstage secrets. They provide a form of entertainment that is better than anything on the prison TV. This social utility is a major reason why many celebrities are able to survive and even thrive in GP. They aren't just inmates. They are the local neighborhood legends. But what about the celebrity who is in trouble for a vile crime? Not all fame is equal. An actor in for a tax issue is treated like a king. A celebrity in for a crime against a child or a particularly heinous offense is at the bottom of the food chain, regardless of how many Grammys they have. In prison, the nature of the charge is the ultimate judge. No amount of money or fame can protect a celebrity from the convict code regarding certain types of offenders. In these cases, the celebrity will spend their entire sentence in protective custody, literally living in a cage within a cage, for their own survival. This is perhaps the most equalizing part of the prison system. Certain crimes are unforgivable, no matter who you are. The work assignment is another area where fame meets reality. Can you imagine a world-famous pop star scrubbing the floors of a prison kitchen? All inmates are required to work. However, the treatment involves where they are placed. To avoid security issues, celebrities are often given clerical or educational jobs. They might work in the chapel or as a unit clerk. These jobs are coveted because they involve less physical labor and more inside information. But even here, they are being watched. If they are seen as slacking because they are famous, the other workers will make their lives miserable. They have to work twice as hard to show they aren't privileged, even though they clearly are. Wait, there's also the media leak problem. Every prison has inmates who are looking for a payday. They will try to take clandestine photos of the celebrity with contraband phones or write burn letters to tabloids describing the celebrity's pathetic life inside. Someone might be watching to sell a story. This surveillance isn't from the guards, it's from the paparazzi inmates. This creates a level of paranoia that would break most people. Imagine never being able to let your guard down, because you know your lowest moment is being recorded for a $500 check from a gossip site. Communication with the outside world is also different for the wealthy and famous. While the average inmate struggles to pay for 15-minute phone calls, celebrities often have lawyers who relay messages. They might have a legal phone call every day, which is unmonitored. This allows them to stay in control of their businesses and their brand in a way that is technically legal, but provides a massive advantage. This unfiltered access to the outside is the ultimate celebrity perk. It keeps their mind outside the walls even if their body is confined. The food game is another level of celebrity treatment. In some jurisdictions, celebrities have been known to buy out the entire kitchen staff's loyalty. They might fund a cook-up for the whole unit, where the prison's bland ingredients are transformed into something edible through clever trade and stolen spices. By being the benefactor of the unit's stomach, the celebrity ensures that no one wants them to leave. If the source of the good food goes to solitary or gets transferred, everyone suffers. This is a form of nutritional insurance that many famous inmates use to maintain their social standing. Let's talk about the release. The day a celebrity leaves prison, the treatment reaches its peak. Typically, the administration will arrange for a secret exit to avoid a media circus at the main gate. They might be whisked away in a plain van to a secondary location where their private jet is waiting. This final act of special treatment is done for the prison's benefit as much as the celebrities. They just want the person gone so they can return to normal operations. The celebrity transitions from a number back to a brand in the space of a 30-minute drive. However, the stain of prison stays with them. The treatment they receive from the public after their release is the second sentence. Like Martha Stewart, managed to turn their prison stay into a rebranding masterclass. They lean into it, showing they can take it and come out stronger. Others, particularly those in the music industry, find that prison cred actually helps their career. But for many actors and mainstream celebrities, the time behind bars is a career ender. The industry views them as a liability for insurance purposes, and their celebrity status becomes a ghost of what it once was. There is also the prison-made celebrity. Some people become famous because they are in prison. Through social media smuggling or high-profile cases, they gain a following while behind bars. These new celebrities are treated with a mixture of awe and jealousy by the other inmates. They are winning the game from the inside. They are the ones who get the most fan mail. The volume of mail a celebrity gets is a major administrative burden. Guards have to scan hundreds of letters a day for a single person. This often leads to mail caps or the celebrity being told to tell their fans to stop writing. When you are so famous that you break the prison's mail system, you are definitely being treated differently. In the international context, the treatment of celebrities is even more diverse. In some countries, a celebrity can literally pay for a private cell with air conditioning and a personal guard. We've seen reports of luxury wings in prisons in certain parts of Asia and South America, where the wealthy and famous live in conditions better than most people live on the outside. But in the UK or the US, the luxury is almost always hidden in psychological rather than physical. It's about who you know and how you play the game rather than having a marble floor in your cell. One of the most heart-wrenching aspects of celebrity treatment is the family fallout. When a celebrity is in prison, their children are often hounded by the media. The treatment they receive inside includes the knowledge that their fame is hurting the people they love the most on the outside. This collateral damage is something the prison staff often uses as a lever to keep the celebrity in line. They might remind the famous inmate that if you act up, we'll have to cancel your family's visit, knowing that the visit is the only thing keeping the celebrity sane in a world that has forgotten their name. The rehabilitation of a celebrity is often a public performance. Many are assigned mentors or religious advisors who are also somewhat famous or high-profile. They might spend their time writing a tell-all book that will eventually pay for their legal fees. This intellectualization of their crime is a common celebrity defense mechanism. They aren't criminals. They are people on a journey. The treatment they receive from the prison's educational and psychological staff often leans into this, as the staff is also somewhat fascinated by the celebrity's psyche. But let's not forget the predators among the staff. There have been cases where corrections officers have tried to sell a celebrity's secrets to the press or even tried to extort them for money. For a celebrity, the people who are supposed to be watching them are often the ones they have to fear the most. They have to vet their guards just as much as they vet their fellow inmates. It's a world of mirrors and traps, where a smile from a guard could be a genuine act of kindness or a setup for a tabloid headline. As we look at the history of celebrities in prison, from the early days of Hollywood to the modern era of social media stars, the pattern is clear. Fame is a force multiplier. If you are a good person who is humble and disciplined, fame will eventually buy you a tribe of protectors and a relatively smooth stay. If you are an arrogant, entitled brat, fame will make you the most targeted person on the yard. The treatment isn't a fixed set of rules. It's a reflection of how the celebrity chooses to carry their crown once the jewels have been stripped away. The celebrity in prison is a reminder that our social structures don't just go away when we are behind bars. They just evolve into a more primal, more intense version of themselves. The fame that once brought you millions now brings you interest, and in prison, interest is the most dangerous thing you can have. Whether it's through the protection of a gang, the favor of a guard, or the redemption narrative of a high-priced lawyer, the celebrity experience is a specialized, high-stakes version of the human struggle for survival. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the Gilded Cage. The world of prison is often hidden from view, but by understanding how the high and mighty are treated when they fall, we learn a lot about the reality of justice, the power of money, and the resilience of the human ego. Fame might get you a better table at a restaurant, but in the chow hall, everyone is eating on plastic trays. The only thing that truly matters is your character, and that is a lesson that every celebrity and every one of us eventually has to learn. Keep seeking the stories behind the headlines, stay curious, and always remember that the light of fame can be very cold once the cameras stop rolling. As we close this chapter, think about the next time you see a celebrity in the news facing legal trouble. You'll know that the jumpsuit is just the beginning. The real treatment starts on the yard, in the quiet conversations, and in the struggle to remain a person when everyone else just sees a product. The walls are high, the rules are hard, and the fame is a heavy weight to carry in a place designed to break you down. But for those who can navigate the celebrity code, prison can be a place of legendary survival. Stay tuned for more insights into the hidden worlds and scientific discoveries that shape our reality. The world is full of secrets, and we are here to uncover them, one story at a time. The fame games never truly end. They just change venues, and the latest venue is behind the wire. Keep watching, keep learning, and keep your eyes on the truth.